DJs around the world. Either war.
Nah, way back.
Sound
back.
Niggas and guns. Yeah. Let's go. Choke, no joke. It's all the projects in the world. You ever been to a project barbecue? Yes, I have. Played the half, extra hours for more cash. To go half on that coke and yak. Get to the block cause it get packed. Little babies, adults or crack. We feed them too, we don't pump like that. Plus it's like us, giving back. And they sales is the reason why we got so many packs of chicken. The hood not missing. Muslims said don't put pork on chicken. They got on Al about that, they thought he didn't listen. He wasn't been touched from them government missions. But they forget that when they bite that chicken, this is when the players get knocked, cause it's hot out. The sexy show out, glowing with the back glass on the mouth. She see you with the next chick, then she them out. Hustlers them out, just for nothing. Bustin' for attention, just dumbin'. Cause we know y'all ain't bustin' nothing. You ever been to a project barbecue? Kids and sprinklers, deep thinkers, playing chess, our heads on your left, blowing gas. My Puerto Ricans playing handball, Miguel and Heck on the court. Niggas wanna be like Mike. Life's a box of chocolates, you're riding a pipe, playing the bench, kids on the fence, watching po-po, chase Prince. Don't dismiss your brethren for dumb shit. Keep it gangster, don't shit where you live. 12-1 right up in your crib. You never been nowhere, where else could you live? What's that? That's gangsta boo coming through, throwing it up, fucking his muffler up, scraping the concrete with Willie's so sweet. He got escorted by the chief of police from 233rd, Laconia to Gun Hill Road. Got knocked, didn't tell like Joe. Choke, no joke. You already know. Y'all know I love that cooch. You know what this is. I love that cooch. Yeah. It's the A thing. Clean cooch. Let's go. Yo, what's up? My nuts when I wake up. Got more than wood and I just bust one. And mahogany, I'm Ron Isley. Between the sheets, and she want to ski. And just shout with me with what I thought was pee. She rolled the D, her water broke B. Not pregnant, but baptized me. I'm down for more love, but change the sheet. She said, please, I want more. Next thing I know, mattress dripping the floor from her juices. Oral had me stoned, had a Corinne and Medusa in one. And when I look in her eyes, between her thighs, I tell you no lie, ain't shit won't buy. I rob and take it, for me to taste it. Red Lobster, pussy, biscuit, freshly baked. Eat that coochie all night. She sprayed my face like Shook Sprite. I love her. I eat her coochie all night. She sprayed my face like Shook Sprite. I love her. Up my nuts when I wake up. Got more than wood and I just bust one. And mahogany, I'm Ron Isley. Between the sheets, and she want to ski. And just shout with me with what I thought was pee. She rolled the D, her water broke B. Not pregnant, but baptized me. I'm down for more love, but change the sheet. She said, please, I want more. Next thing I know, mattress dripping the floor from her juices. Oral had me stoned, had a Corinne and Medusa in one. And when I look in her eyes, between her thighs, I tell you no lie, ain't shit won't buy. I rob and take it, for me to taste it. Red Lobster, pussy, biscuit, freshly baked. Eat that coochie all night. She sprayed my face like Shook Sprite. I love her. No palm tree, the trees in the palms, the dealers and fiends. Late night roam the streets. Weed is weaker, but it's cheaper. Not many chicks frontin' like divas. Out west, every chick's a model like Eva, and you know I'm far from believing her, so I'm G'ing her like she G'ing me. Banging in LA is a different thing. At the end, you either dead on the bang, getting out, doing better things. On Sunset, where they hang, Hollywood, where they hustle for change. Times Square here, it's the same. No matter where you go, you'll find a lane. On the west, they kick it with Kane. On the east, trees the social thing. East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your glasses, take a toast. If you rap, East Coast. When I'm on the west and I'm doing my thing, don't offer me coke or your nose I bang. Friends don't offer other deadly things. Thanks for the hospitality, we'll still hang. I won't judge you, leave me as I came. On the road to success, top of the game. Eat all the finer things in the food chain. Teach my kids to do the same. Whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your glasses, take a toast. If you rap, East Coast. Gotta love life, they offer wonderful things. Being to travel is a privileged thing. Came back to the east, air wasn't fresh. Streets filled with trash, various people in the eye. It's easy to tell who's upper middle class. Police and racism, same as crash. Back to where they not social, where they less vocal. When they don't know you, be careful, show you around the East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, East Coast, whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Pop your bottles and toss the cork. If you rap, West Coast. Both coasts are known to give you fame. Got paparazzi playing cameras your way. Got you bobbing and weaving like Cassius Clay. Most thugs turn Muslim in older days. Change their name to Allah they pray. Probably till they decay. This go out to the east and west. For Big and Pac, y'all, let's connect. Whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, West Coast. Whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. You can't get the West without the ES. So it's manifested that we connect. You know what it is. Choke, no joke. Learn from mistakes, baby. You know what it is. Greg on the track. Rest in peace, baby. Either war, we here now. You know what it is.
Choke, no joke. About to do smile treatment, you know. Yeah. Oh, shit.
Choke, no joke, chicky choke, no joke. Choke, no joke, chicky choke, no joke.
You know what it is. We here now. Yeah, yeah.
Good evening, good evening. Good morning, good morning. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast. Good evening to y'all on the West Coast. Good morning to y'all over in Great Britain. Good midnight for my people over in the Eastern time zone. Shout out to Tasha Rain, Vintage O. Charlotte. Steady grinding. Who else is in here? Dallas Troy. Ronald Suggs, Black Market Ave, Asante Lucas. Pat Moore, C-Dub, James Blackburn. My man Zan ran through it all. Payday, Cypress TV. Steady grinding. Gina B said friggity. Oh, here they go. Y'all see them on. Y'all calling.
Call from in California. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello there.
Hi, Joe.
Yes, ma'am.
You're not doing a show right now, are you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yesterday was the first time I showed you had your number on the screen. And I figured when you release your number, that's when you're taking calls. And I tried to call 3 or 4 times, I couldn't get through. Tupac was like a son to me. And my grandkids started me watching YouTube. So my name is Suge, but after my aunt, she was been 100 because I look like her and act just like her. When my kids were playing baseball, football, they used to call me Suge Day and him Suge Night. But anyway, I want to give you some information when you have time.
Okay.
So I'll call you back, or you want to take my number and call me. You pull it, look it up, and show on your screen.
All right, I got you. I got your number. I'll call you back.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Speak to you soon.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Miss Suge. Dallas Troy, little something. Can you call my number, man? And Big Smoke, can you call my number and ask me that question? Because it's going to take too much to respond here. And put the number on the screen for you. Can you call and ask that question? Because I got questions that you're going to have to answer back. Dallas Troy, thanks for the super chat. Big Smoke, here go the number. Love Angel, what up? You ain't been around in a minute.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
I guess they didn't want to talk. Big Smoke, you not gonna call? I be tired, so tired of hearing this, man. I need to. What is West Coast politics? You're not getting through. Again, one more try. And then I'm getting into it. Big Smoke. Oh, you can't call now. Oh, your mama said you can't use the phone past 10 o'clock. I told about y'all little kids getting on here. I told y'all about y'all little kids getting on here. You're going to get spanking and you get on that phone. Your phone is on mommy's dresser right now. I'm sure you probably at work or something, brother. I understand.
What do you know about the West Coast?
Wait, say that again?
So why are you talking about West Coast politics? What do you know about West Coast?
What's the actually West Coast politics?
Come on, man. Come on.
Brother, I used to live on the West Coast. So explain to me what's West Coast politics.
You need to keep it to New York, man. You need to keep it to New York.
I don't live in New York. What are you talking about? These niggas is crazy, bro. What the fuck is West Coast politics? Tupac is from New York. Tupac was born in New York. What are you talking about? I don't live in New York. West Coast politics. Fuck out of here. You sound you from the Caribbean, nigga. They got to know talking about West Coast politics. Where island you from? What boat you got off? He wasn't from California. That nigga was from the Bahamas. Let me take the number down. Because I ain't taking no more calls tonight. West Coast politics. Is Puffy from the West Coast? Ain't he involved in this? Or his name is in it? He's from the West Coast. That's West Coast politics. Okay. Okay. Was all the Outlaws from the West Coast? Oh, okay. Okay. Was Zip from the West Coast? He's involved in this too, right? His name is mentioned, right? That's West Coast politics? Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Mike Tyson? That's West Coast politics? It's a Mike Tyson fight. That's West Coast politics? Or maybe because it happened in Detroit.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Phone is off. Don't waste your time calling. The rest of the night or until I say so, I won't. The phone is off. Okay? We ain't dealing with y'all West Coast politic niggas that live over in Nebraska trying to disguise your voice like you from San Diego or something. West Coast politics. Do they think only the people from the West Coast love Tupac? Do y'all think that the West Coast killed Tupac, nigga? Y'all killed him, right? You talking about West Coast politics. Didn't y'all kill him? He didn't die in New York, you know. He died by his own side. If you wanted to call that his side, or the West Side, he died on the West Side by West Coast politics. Tupac don't belong to the West Coast. Tupac belonged to the world. He superseded the West Coast. Okay? I know you love California love, and Brenda's got a baby and all that. But it ain't West Coast politics, my friend. Okay? Don't fall in love with a coast. Don't fall in love with your block. Don't fall in love with your avenue. Because you don't own the West Coast, nigga. You don't own California. You don't even own Los Angeles. You don't even own something as small as Compton. You don't even own a block, a street. Do you even got a street name, sir? Please, sir. Let me do my thing. But I used to live on the West Coast too, okay? So I could talk about West Coast politics. I'm not a local guy like you. And FYI, I haven't lived in New York in decades. Okay? I'm a Rolling Stone. Wherever I lay my hat is my home. I travel the world. The world is my playground, brother. I don't stay in one spot. Be like me. Make the world your playground. Live in this state for 2-3 years. Move on, go try another state. You don't like that? Stay there for 5 years. Go try another state. You'll meet a lot of good people that way. You'll meet some bad ones, but you'll meet a lot of good people. And you'll have a hell of a network after a couple of years or decades. Just gave you some game. So since you want to stay local and talk West Coast politics, or I can't stay out of West Coast politics, I'm about to get into the Keefe D case. You know Keefe D used to come to New York, right? He used to come see Zip in New York. Zip code, you know that's in Harlem, right? That ain't West Coast politics, right? Okay, you stay out of East Coast politics, nigga. Keefe D came to New York. Tupac is from New York, all right? Suge Knight used to hang in New York. So you stay out of East Coast politics. Tell him, Tony. You see the NY and Tony name? Stay out of Tony, top of New York, nigga. Stay out of New York politics. So I know this ain't my normal time to be on, but earlier I was busy. I was a little tired, a little exhausted. And who is that? Shout out to A. Malik. I ain't gonna butcher your first name. See Houston tapping in. Okay, so I don't even know where to begin, man. But what I won't be talking about is Suge. Whatever we ever talked about, it will remain confidential. I want to see how much lies your man keep telling. How many of y'all got a chance to watch the movie The Usual Suspect? Did y'all get a chance to see it yet? If you got to see The Usual Suspect for the first time, can you please type a 1 in the chat? If you watch The Usual Suspects for the first time, please let me know. Oh, y'all did. So okay, Tasha Rain, you watched it. Ronald watched it, ran through it all, watched it. Okay. Keith Brown said they seen it 5 times. Yeah, the movie's old, but some of these people are young. One, two, three, four, 5. Now, if you watch the movie, going from left to right, the guy with the red shirt is number 1, and the guy all the way on the right, number 5, is number 5. From 1 to 5, which number, if you watch the movie, which number is Keefe D? If you watch the movie, which number is Keefe D? Some of y'all ain't watched the movie. None of y'all got it right. Wow. I thought y'all watched the movie. Ran through it all, got it. Keefe D would be number 3. Reggie would be what number? What number is Reggie in that lineup? There we go. There go the right answer right there. All y'all that said 1 is wrong. Reggie is number 5. Y'all need to go back and watch the movie. 20 Twin got it. Something like that. Reggie's 5 all the way. If you did not see this movie, I'm going to need you to go and watch it. The Usual Suspects. In a world where nothing is what it seems, you got to look beyond. Does that make sense? Does that make sense now? When you go back and watch this movie, Keefe D is the guy in the middle. The guy holding his wrist is Reggie. Okay? You see the slogan to the movie? In a world where nothing is what it seems, you got to look beyond. Remember that. This is Gray Caden talking to Reggie. That's Gray Caden talking to Reggie right there. So when you go back and watch it, it's going to make sense to you. Right there, that's this Gray Caden on the right. That's Reggie on the left. This Gray Caden and his partner right there talking to Keefe D. Now, the reason I say that, right, is because of this. Where is it at? Okay. when it's like that. You know what? Fuck it. Now, this is why I say that. Now, I'm continuing from yesterday. This is the homicide detective in the gang unit that worked with Reggie's father. And would that further escalate the need for retaliation for Mar Pyru? Let me go back so y'all know what the question was. And so relevant to your expertise. And so relevant to your expertise, your understanding is that Trayvon Lane not only received a beatdown, but had a very prestigious item taken from him by the Southside Compton Crips. Yes. And would that further escalate the need for retaliation for the Mar Pyru? I don't know if it further escalated it, but it definitely would. There would definitely be some sort of retaliation for what they did. Okay. Now, you're aware of the shooting that occurred here on September 6, 1996. Y'all hear that, right? Okay. Now, are you aware of the shooting that occurred on September 6th of 1996? Let me see how smart y'all are. Do y'all know what he's talking about? Y'all know what shooting occurred here on September 6th of 1996? Y'all do know what we're talking about, right? Y'all following me? Everybody don't type at once. Do anybody know what the shooting happened on September 6th of 1996? Well, there's a rapper named Tupac they talking about in Las Vegas. Thank you, y'all. Thank you. I told you it's late. Niggas is trying to watch this shit with one eye open. And y'all follow me. Well, you know, the day was the 6th probably, and then after the hours, it turned to the 7th. But technically, all y'all that say the 7th, you're right, but we're talking about Tupac, right? Now, I want y'all to keep in mind, I'm giving y'all a heads up on this in advance because I need you to understand what's going on here. Because what is Keefe D arrested for, right? To find out if he had any involvement in the Tupac killing. Prior to this, nobody has ever got arrested, right? Prior to Gray Caden, publicly, nobody knew who killed Tupac, right? Even years after, you know, nobody knew who killed Tupac, right? Okay, now keep in mind that this cop right here works for Reggie's father, and he's in Compton on September 6th or 7th when Tupac got shot. All right? Now y'all following me, right? I got y'all up to speed. Listen to the testimony. Okay, now, are you aware of the shooting that occurred here on September 6th of 1996? Yes. And how did you become aware of that shooting? Well, I was home when I received a call from my boss, who was Reggie Wright Jr. Now, Reggie Wright Jr., he was the head of security for Suge Knight, and his dad was our boss. So after the Tupac shooting, he called his father and told him, hey, Tupac and Suge were just shot, and they saying it was Southside Crips. So in turn, Reggie Wright Sr. called us and said, hey, Suge Knight just got shot. Tupac also got shot. He's in critical condition. They're saying it's the Southside Crips. So get ready. It's coming back to Compton. Now, who can tell me what's strange about that? Anybody? Who can tell me what's strange about that testimony? There you go. There you go. How could Reggie have called his father and told him who shot within the hour of the shooting? Are y'all with me? Are y'all with me? Y'all following me, right? I think y'all following me. There's enough people that said it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Y'all woke now. Now y'all woke. Okay, now y'all woke. Right? I'm going to let y'all look at that for a second so y'all can read it yourself. Let's continue. And just for the record, the statement that it's Southside Crips is for effect on the listener to explain Mr. Last's subsequent action. It's not being offered for the truth of the matter asserted. Does anybody have a problem for taking that for the effect of the listener and not for the truth of the matter asserted? Seeing no hands? All right. So why would that be relevant to you if there's a shooting like that all the way in Las Vegas? Well, because we're going to have a war as a result of this, because these guys were two of the biggest hip hop stars and around the two biggest hip hop stars around, and plus they had Mal Pyru has their entourage, so they were going to retaliate against these guys for shooting Tupac and Suge Knight. So when the war started in Compton, and it kind of just, to me as a gang expert, reiterate information we were getting from Las Vegas was true. How y'all getting information from Las Vegas if y'all don't know who shot him 27 years later? How y'all know y'all was going to have a war as a result of this? How y'all even know the Southside did it that y'all would know that y'all going to have a war? Now, you mentioned a war that started. Can you tell us a little bit about the immediate aftermath of the Tupac shooting as it affected Compton? Well, 2 days after Tupac was shot, we had our first drive-by shooting, which one of the OGs from Southside Crips was shot in the back. And as he was going into the market, was shot in the back as he was going into the market. It was a mile away from their territory. But that was the first shooting of many. So in the next 10 days, we had 3 murders and 11 drive-by attempted murder shootings between Mal Pyru and the Southside Crips. It happened in the city of Compton. So we had a very violent war going on as a result of what happened in Las Vegas. Y'all knew this, and it took y'all 27 years to arrest this nigga? Is what y'all telling me. So is it fair to say that even for a place as violent as Compton, the violence escalated between Southside Compton Crips and Mal Pyru in the immediate aftermath of the Tupac shooting here? That's correct, because prior to the shooting of Tupac, besides them just being natural enemies, their territory, they're a mile away from each other. So we didn't have anything going on. No shootings between these two at the time until after the Tupac shooting. Now I want to show you. So I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as Grand Jury Exhibit number 8. In order to help Las Vegas and you figure out what was going on here, both here and in Compton. Did you at one point have LAPD officers, Compton PD officers come here and try to identify people at the MGM? Yes, my partner, Tim Brennan, he went to Las Vegas to try to assist Las Vegas with their shooting of Tupac because they had a tape and they wanted Tim to identify some of the members. And then have you since that time had an opportunity to review the tape yourself? Yes. They played a video. And I'm going to ask you if you recognize anybody in this video. Okay. If we can pause here at 18 seconds into the Grand Jury Exhibit number 8, it appears to be there's a fight or a beating occurring in the middle portion of the video. Is that correct? Yes. Can you, if we play it slow or, play it a little bit, can you recognize any of the folks that are involved in the beating? Yes. Who do you recognize? That guy right there in the all white and black hat. That's Buntry. And it's Alton McDonald. His nickname is Buntry. And he was one of the people that you had previously discussed as being a Mal Pyru member who's also associated with Death Row Records. Yes. Can you pause right there? Oh, I just missed it. Sorry. Let me go back. Okay, pause. We're about 27 seconds into the video, about 25 seconds into the video. Is there anybody else that you recognize in the video? Yeah, the two people right there. The guy in the all black. Can I get up? Yes. This guy right here in the all black is Roger Williams, or Neckbone. He was one of the Mar Pyru bodyguards, like I explained before. And Suge Knight here in the all gray. If we can proceed. Having reviewed this video previously, you were able to tell who the victim was of the beating. Yes. Who was that? Orlando Anderson. And that's the same Orlando Anderson who's a hardcore gangster of the Southside Compton Crips. That is correct. Would a beating like this be consistent with your understanding of retaliation for an incident that occurred, the incident that occurred at the Lakewood Mall? Yes, definitely. Hold on, where's my logo at? Sorry, that's the best I got. Is the person who's taking the beating, that's Orlando Anderson? Yes. Can you see Mr. Shakur involved in this video also? It's hard to see. He's in there? I can't. Okay, immediately walking away. Do you see Mr. Shakur just ahead of Mr. Knight? Yes. I'm going to show you Grand Jury Exhibit 42, which is another video. Does it appear in this video to be just subsequently after the last video that we saw? Yes. Okay. And do you recognize the people who are walking towards the exit of the casino? Yes. It's the all aforementioned people that was there during the beating. And now, I think we'll have a little bit better view of Mr. Shakur. That's him right in the front. He's in the front of Suge Knight right there. He's in the front, and then Suge Knight. Then Bunchy just took off his hat, and Trayvon Lane is right behind him. Were you familiar with someone by the name of Frank Alexander? Yes, he was one of Suge Knight's bodyguards. He wasn't a gang member. He worked for Reggie Wright Sr. No, Jr. I'm sorry. Pausing it right here. Do you see Mr. Alexander? Yes, he's in the black. He's out front there. Is it fair to say that this video is depicting members of the death row entourage leaving the area of the beatdown of Mr. Anderson? Yes. And does it appear that along with the people that you identified with the death row and or the Mar Pyru, along with various members of the crowd, are leaving the MGM Grand? Yes. You had mentioned this war that occurred as a result of the Tupac shooting. Did you guys have a nickname for the war that occurred? Was it called the 10-Day War, or am I just making that up? Objection, Your Honor. Leading. You just told me what the fucking name of the war was, bro. Well, I had said that before, but I didn't know it was a nickname. It's something that you referred to, the aftermath of the Tupac shooting. You referred to it as a 10-day war before. Remember? Oh, yes. As a result of the shootings, you described the murders. You described that occurred between the Southside Compton Crips and the Mar Pyru immediately after the Tupac shooting. Did you guys, and by you guys, I mean the Compton Police Department, take any action to try to stop this? To try and stop this? Yeah. What we did is we put together a massive multi-gang search warrant, and we did this for several reasons. Hold on, y'all. My bad, y'all. See, yeah, what we did is we put together a massive multi-gang search warrant, and we did this for several reasons. First, to send the message that, hey, you got to stop killing each other. We wanted to put as many of them in jail as we could to try to stop the violence between the two gangs. And we did it also, and we did it to also try to help the Las Vegas PD with the investigation of Tupac. We served search warrants on 39 locations on both sides, the Mall Pyru and the Southside Crips. And we arrested many of them. Why would y'all arrest the Mall Pyrus if they was the victims? Okay. Now, among the people residents that you did search warrants on, was Orlando's resident one of those? Yes. Was DeAndre Smith's residence one of those? Yes. Was Terrence Brown one of those? Yes. And was Dwayne Keefe D Davis one of those? Yes. Now, is it fair to say, to your knowledge, no firearm used in the murder of Tupac was recovered? That's correct. That's not correct. What happened to the gun they found in Corey Edwards' house that matched Tupac murder? Okay. Now, is it fair to say, to your knowledge, no firearm used in the murder of Tupac was recovered? That's correct. Is it also fair to say that in 1997 you executed another search warrant on Mr. Davis' residence? In 97? Okay. Is it also fair to say that in 1997 you executed another search warrant on Mr. Davis' residence? Yes. And in that 1997 residence, did you find and seize a bill or a request for payment from the Monte Carlo? Yes. And that's the Monte Carlo Hotel here in Las Vegas. Yes. And then and was the reason why you seized that because it was relevant to the Tupac murder investigation? Yes. So y'all telling me that wasn't enough right there? So you telling me they raided Southside's house. The day of the shooting, Reggie calls father and tell him they did it. Even though all of us around the world been guessing, and it's been Orlando Anderson all these years, now all of a sudden it's Dre. But Reggie and Reggie called his father the same night and said it was Southside. Y'all go and run up in Keefe D house, and he got a receipt that puts him in Vegas that night. And Reggie goes allegedly and tells Greg Caden that they did. No, it ain't no alleged because he said he tried it. Reggie goes to tell them that Southside did it when they approach him to kill Biggie because they ain't get paid for the hit on Tupac. But Reggie called his father the same night, not even an hour later. It says Southside did it. Y'all go and run up in these niggas' house. Keefe D got the receipt that puts him in Vegas. Reggie sends Greg Caden to Keefe D. Keefe D confesses because Greg Caden said, we know everything that happened. We got everything. Shh. Here go the diagram. Here go the car. Shield car was here. You was here. Now we don't know how. Oh, well, Reggie must have told Greg Caden this, right? But here go Greg Caden, them showing Keefe D everything that happened. And he ain't say one motherfucking word yet. Right? So Greg Caden could give him the whole play on how everything happened, the shooting, the cars pulled up, the cars here, right? Before Greg Caden was told and got all that information, Reggie already knew that Southside did it from somehow. Reggie's father knew Southside did it because Reggie called him from Vegas and told him they did it. The detective lad knew that Southside did it. So how did it get all the way to Greg Caden years later? Greg Caden get a confession from this nigga and then send him over to Vegas. They give him a proffer agreement. He tells them what happened. And then they arrest him 27 years later after Reggie knew the day of, his father knew the day of, Detective Ladd knew the day of. They done went to, Reggie done sent Greg Caden at Keefe D. They even set him up with drugs, with Dirty Rock and everything just to make him tell the truth and confess. And he tells them, whatever, he agrees to whatever they got on the board, today's story, and it's whatever they say, he agreed with it. And he's in jail now. When they knew since 97. So why now? Why now? Is there a big fish y'all using Keefe D for to get? Is this just to get to strip Puff? And the ninth ended with 3 balls and 2 strikes? And would the only way that be relevant to the Tupac investigation is because it showed that Mr. Davis was here in Las Vegas during the time of the murder of Tupac Shakur? Yes. All right. The state has no further questions for this witness. Do any members of the grand jury have any questions for Mr. Ladd? Yes, ma'am. Correct me if I understood this right. You said the night of the Tupac shooting, you got a call from your boss that there had been a shooting here in Las Vegas? Yes. But his son had called him and told him that there was a shooting here in Las Vegas. Was his son a gang member? Yes, that's what I would like to know, juror. How could his son know that if he wasn't a gang member? Y'all see this? Nobody's sleeping tonight for some reason. But his son had called him and told him that there was a shooting here in Las Vegas. Was his son a gang member? Now, why do you think the jury is asking this cop? How the fuck Reggie knew who did the shooting if he wasn't one of the gang members in the car? Are y'all getting that? I hope somebody's getting that. I hope y'all following that. There's a juror asking the cop, how the fuck did Reggie Wright know to call his dad and tell him for him to call you and tell you what happened the night of the shooting? Unless his son is a gang member. I hope y'all following me, man. Because I'll be having to go slow for the slow dummies because niggas will still be believing this nigga. This is the night of the shooting, y'all. It's 27 years later and nobody talking about they didn't know who killed Tupac. Oh, it's rumored, Orlando did it, this, that, and that. Reggie called his father within the hour of these niggas shot and told him who did it. And we all sticking around 27 years later, clueless. But you tell Reggie called his father that night. Let me move my logo so y'all can read that for yourself. By the juror. Correct me if I understood this right. You said the night of the Tupac shooting, you got a call from your boss that there had been a shooting here in Las Vegas. Yes. But his son had called him and told him that there was a shooting here in Vegas, in Las Vegas. Was his son a gang member? Very good question. No, he was actually a police officer for the city of Compton. He retired because he got injured in a car accident, but he grew up in the same area as Suge Knight. So Suge Knight offered him, hey, if you start the security company, we can do Death Row Records. So he hired him to be his security team. Did he know his dad was a cop? Yes. Mr. The prosecutor, let me clean it up a little bit. So there's a person by the name of Reggie Wright Sr. Are you familiar with him? Yes. And when you say he was your boss in the mid-90s in particular, what position did Reggie Wright Sr. hold? He was a lieutenant, and he was in charge of our gang unit. And just so we have a little context, was Mr. Wright Sr. knowledgeable about the gangs in the Compton area? Yes. Probably more knowledgeable than I am. And was he kind of like a mentor to you? Yes. And was he somebody that had like was he not somebody that had a lot of respect within Compton, both as a police officer and just having grown up in the neighborhood? Definitely yes. Now, he had a son, is that right? Yes. And what was his son's name? Reggie Wright Jr. So they have nicknames: Big Reggie, Little Reggie, Senior, Junior. How do you tell the difference between the two, who you're talking about? Well, the age differences for one. And they did call him Junie, like for Junior. Junie. Oh, little Junie, little bird Junie. Okay, and you call Senior boss, right? Yeah, all right. And so you had mentioned that Reggie Wright Jr., the son of the lieutenant, was he a lieutenant or a captain? Lieutenant. The lieutenant of the gang unit, his son was at one point a member of the Compton Police Department. Yes. And you had mentioned he had gone on disability and left the police force. Is that right? That's correct. And then when you had relayed to this grand jury and then what you had relayed to this grand jury is that Reggie Wright Sr., your boss, told you his son had relayed to him that the Southside Crips may be involved in the shooting of Tupac. Correct. And that affected how you were going to do your job going forward in Compton. Correct. Oh, again, just so it's abundantly clear that this is offered not for the truth of the matter asserted, but for the effect on the listener, and the listener being Mr. Ladd. And what was your understanding of Mr. Wright Jr.'s role with Death Row? He was the head of security for Suge Knight. He had his own security company called Right Way Security. So he hired basically people like Frank Alexander and off-duty police officers to work on the security team. So is it a little confusing because on one level you have Reggie Wright Jr., Frank Alexander, who are not gang members doing security. Is that right? Yes. Then you also have Neckbone, Buntree, Trayvon Lane doing security for Death Row Records. That's correct. So was it your observation a little odd to have both active gang members and non-gang members working together to do security for Death Row? No. Because, what do you mean no? Oh my God. No, because Reggie Wright Jr., the head of security, he could be armed, so he's allowed to carry firearms, where even though the entourage probably did, but they did it illegally, they're not supposed to have a firearm. So when they show up at a place like the MGM and all that, they can't bring firearms into the place. So, but Reggie could. So yes. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, but Reggie wasn't there, goddammit. So the jury asked a question. So Junior had previously been a police officer, but went to go work at Death Row Records. He was no longer a police officer. That's correct. Did you say he was hiring people that were off-duty police? Yeah. A lot of police officers try to make extra money doing security work, so he hired some people from Compton and from LA to do security with him because they could be armed. So the gang members that were a part of security, who paid them? Suge Knight. Okay. It's totally separate from, yeah, that's what I wanted to get. Yeah, that's what I wanted to get. You know, thank you. And just for the grand jury's identification, we expect to have Reggie Wright Jr. also available to testify at these proceedings. Oh, we know that nigga testifying. In all your investigations, would it ever found that Tupac was gang affiliated? No. But at the time of this incident, he kind of showed his allegiance. He was only with Death Row 11 months before he got killed. But during that time, he put a mob tattoo on his arm, and he was even given a pinky ring that said MOB on it. That stood for, you know, members of Bloods. So he wore this ring. So he closely associated himself with these guys, and he tried to show his, I believe he tried to show his allegiance to these guys when the fight occurred at the MGM. And as you were talking about earlier, at the beginning of this conversation, retaliation is big. Retaliation and respect is a big part of the gang culture. Is that right? It's everything to these guys. It's the way they live their lives. Let me put my logo back up. And so with Tupac participating in the beatdown of Orlando Anderson as retaliation for the incident that happened at the Lakewood Mall, that would be consistent with somebody trying to endear them or associate themselves with the Mob Pie rule. Correct. Right. Correct. Any other questions? I do. I'm sorry. So with your history in the gang unit, this was the first incident that Tupac was ever involved in? Which incident are you talking about? The incident at the MGM. Duh. Oh, well, prior, he had never done anything. He had never done anything outside of the MGM that would have put him on the radar of the gang unit. Wait, he had never done anything outside of the MGM that would have put him on the radar of the gang unit? No, not while he was with Death Row Records. Not while he was with Death Row Records. Now, when he was with Bad Boy Records, he got into a lot of trouble. And that's his past history. This nigga was never with Bad Boy. What the fuck are they talking? Hey, yo, bro, they are making up this shit. Yo, Puff, man, you better get a lawyer, bro. You better get a lawyer, bro. They is trying to paint this picture so fucked up, bro. But when he was with Death Row Records, there was nothing that came to us about him doing anything illegal. And again, your jurisdiction is 10 square miles of Compton, right? That's correct. So Mr. Shakur may have had other troubles or other issues. Excuse me. But in terms of your knowledge and expertise, it's regarding particularly the 10 square miles, but going beyond that as well regarding Bloods and Crips. Correct. You said it was several months after the issue at the mall before the retaliation occurred. Is that common that so many months would go by before they retaliated? Yo, these niggas is just trying to paint this picture, bro. Like, oh my God, man. This is like giving an alley-oop to Shaq, bro. The way they trying to railroad Keefe D, they just giving this alley-oop to Shaq, bro, on the 4-foot rim. You said it was several months after the issue at the mall before the retaliation occurred. Is that common that so many months would go by before they retaliated? It's not common, but these guys had. It's not common, but these guys had, you know, being the Suge's entourage, they are busy because they are always going places with them. So maybe they are not in the neighborhood like they would normally be. So if they were in the neighborhood all of the time, they probably would have been some sort of retaliation. But they are always going somewhere with Death Row Records as a security team. So this was just an opportunity. Hey, they saw this guy at the MGM. Hey, that's the guy that tried to take my chain. They beat him down. Is it fair to say that it was opportunistic or opportunistic retaliation? Yes. Any more questions? I do have one more. It's okay. So, was Tupac the target of the shooting? Obviously, he got killed that night. He was the target, but he was never initiated into any said gang that you know of. No. I mean, he just happened to be the target because he was the big guy. Well, he was involved in the beatdown. He was the first guy that ran up onto Orlando and started punching him. So, I mean, that's okay. I believe, based on my expertise, that's why they went after him and Suge Knight. Okay. This nigga's an expert on what niggas do. Well, he's just an expert on what gang niggas do. Like, you don't know what, like, every gang nigga don't act the same. Them niggas could have, man, listen, this is crazy, bro. This shit's an alley-oop to Shaq on a 1-foot rim. So Suge Knight could have been a target also. Well, I believe he was too. I think he was also shot too or grazed in the head, I believe. Just one quick question. The necklace from the fight, did they ever take it? During this time I got the information, we were told that it was taken, but I later found out that they never got the necklace, but they tried to. Is it fair to say that there's a lot of dispute whether or not that chain was actually taken or not taken? Yes. Okay. No other questions. By Lord of these proceedings, blah, 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 blah. Do you understand? Yes. Thank you. Blah, blah, blah. So Leonard Jefferson is the guy that took the picture. The last picture of Tupac, I believe. All right, I'm gonna get to his joint in the morning. I need y'all to help me make sense of this. If they knew who did it since the day of the shooting, what was so valuable? Why was Keefe D and the rest of them, if they knew the day it happened, why did they let Orlando die, Keefe, Big Dre die, Terrence die, and wait till Keefe D gets 60 to arrest anybody? If they knew it the day it happened. If they knew it the day it happened, why are we waiting almost 30 years later? They raided Keefe D house. They had a receipt that put him in Vegas. They had Orlando, they had Dre, they had all of them. And if they knew it then, the day of, why did Greg Kane and them have to set Keefe D up just to question him? Why did Greg Kane make Keefe D, allegedly make Keefe D just ride with this story? Why would Greg Kane had him and he confessed, even though he had the proffer agreement? Why even when he went to Vegas, they gave him a proffer agreement, but y'all locking him up now for the murder, but y'all questioned him back in the day. Greg Kane sent him to y'all. He confessed back then, but y'all gave him a proffer for the day. Why is Keefe D was so important back then, and why are they throwing his ass away now? Why they didn't arrest him back then, y'all? Why was he so valuable to them back then? But now they want to throw him away now. I might have to sleep on this one. We know for a fact Reggie knew and told his father the day of who did it, even though nobody else seemed to know, but he knew. And he knew, and he was able to tell everything to Greg Kane, for Greg Kane to go to Keefe D and tell him the whole story. Where the fuck Reggie was at? Sitting on the fucking roof somewhere with some binoculars? How did Reggie tell his father the same night? The same night. And you tell me we get ready to deal with a goddamn trial 27 years later, and they knew this the same night? He called his father, and his father called another officer and told him. But y'all didn't, nobody told Michael Moore. Nobody told Frank who did it. Huh? Suge ain't set this up. Suge did not set this up. That nigga's clueless to a bunch of shit. Trust me when I tell you. Suge was the target. How did these niggas know the first night that how it happened? How did they know? Fuck, how did they know? Reggie called his father the same night and told him Southside did it. His father called one of his other officers, said Southside did it, spread the word. That's how the word got all through the streets before they even got back that they did it. Why didn't they fucking arrest him, bro? This is going to sound fucked up, and I hate to say it, but I got to say it. Black people's lives ain't worth shit to some people. There's no way in hell this nigga called his father and didn't even leave Vegas and told him who did it. And here we are reading the fucking transcripts for a grand jury 27 years later. Yeah, you mean tell me y'all let his fucking mother die? And y'all knew all along? Y'all let his mother die. And y'all knew who killed him that night. I hope Mo Preem and his sister is watching this. This dude called his father the same night, y'all. Do y'all understand we are 27 years later and he called his father the same night? And y'all tell, if you go watch The Usual Suspects, tell me this nigga is not verbal. Jesus Christ, this nigga, yo. This is bugged out. This is bugged out, bro. This is bugged out. This is bugged out. Yeah, I'm gonna come back in the morning and continue with the dude Leonard, the guy that took the last picture of Tupac and Suge in the car. My mind, I'm just trying to wrap my mind. I'm trying to come up with a theory to why are we do here 27 years later and Reggie called his father the same night and told him what happened or who did it. And clearly he was right because look where we at. The same person he called told his father did it is now locked up 27 years later. Why did it take so long? Allegedly, here's a theory. Allegedly, did Reggie allegedly hire Southside to kill Tupac and Suge, and then turn around and rat them out? Because I'm sure Reggie and Keefe D are friends. We seen that. They proved that on YouTube. Could Reggie have allegedly hired Southside to get rid of Suge and Tupac, and they put that whole plan together? Lando Anderson was in on it. Keefe D was in on it. This is just alleged. This is all alleged. I'm just saying. Because that would make sense to why Reggie would have known who did it without being there. It would make sense to why Reggie wasn't around. Because he would have knew something was getting ready to go down. Because even after the fight, Reggie should have had his ass on Tupac and him. And Suge. He should have been there, making sure, like, nigga, a drama just happened, and you ain't nowhere to be found. Why was Keefe D so valuable to them? And why now he's not worth shit to them? Or is he worth... Is he valuable into taking Puff down? Could the powers that be mad at Puff and they gonna use this to take him down? How the fuck Reggie knew that an hour, not even an hour after the shooting, and was able to call his father and tell him? And then Keefe D and them. Wow. I think I even remember when Tupac Resurrection came out. I don't even think they had the theory of the Southside in that shit. Tupac Resurrection, that shit ain't nowhere near the truth now that I think about it. How did Reggie know? This nigga said Reggie just guessed right. Oh my God. You need to go watch The Usual Suspects, whoever you are. I'm about to sleep on this one. I'm gonna have a theory tomorrow. Right now, I can only think that fucking they was in cahoots with each other, and allegedly, and now Reggie is throwing Keefe D under the bus. Wouldn't it be interesting if Keefe D came out and said fucking Reggie and them hired him to do that shit? That shit would be so fucking cold, bro. But don't worry, this case is gonna lead right back to the Biggie case. And I want to see Reggie lie his way out of that one too. I would love to see his testimony in that shit. This is crazy, man. Choke no joke. I catch y'all in the AM. Peace.
Oh yeah. My man had to come through and make sure it went through. Y'all niggas is in trouble. Choke no joke. I ain't no joke, the mixtape. We here now. You already know. Let's go. Choke chillin', got away from them billin'. Ain't shit really changed though, I'm still that villain. I'm making money with rhyme, fuck black on black crime. Beef and money don't mix, like Muslims and swine. I'm talking milk, penicillin, y'all be illin'. Y'all be thinking y'all killers with your school face grillin'.
Yo, hit that subscribe. Make sure y'all subscribe to the new channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to the new channel too, all right? Here go the link. Here go the link for you. Here go the link. Subscribe to the new channel too. Choke no joke, you already know. Let's go.
Kick that bullshit to me. Y'all be wet though like Bruce Lee and Brandon and Hearst on the highway to heaven. Man, you making mad threats and stuck in one section. I'm OBP like Naughty, making connections. Talking under your breath, get you something you don't need. 2 fully loaded Max, filled up with heat. Nigga, you sweeter than 30 days for a body. Pop shit to these niggas. See me walk by me, but I ain't looking for no beef. I don't eat bologna, but I bring a whole cow if you run up on me. Shiesty, try me and hype me to peel your wig back like 10 cent icy. Bring it, stop bluffing. I got your threats, they mean nothing. I respond like Bond. I come through on bombing, playing bodegas, flipping Montega. You tan in the Jacks, I tan in Jamaica. Faker. Wouldn't bust if he raped ya. Your chick out blazed her, hit it like Jada. While you blew up a pager, had to breathe like Vader. Your star at war with the lightsaber. I'm here to lyrically tear your red, nigga. You a spear. I jack you up, now you out of here. Throw me on the 600. Now fucking nigga hum it. Blowing down 8th Ave with a bad bitch blunted. I take it there. Y'all niggas don't want it. Y'all niggas don't want it. Y'all niggas don't want it with no joke. Who you thought it be? Represent the NYC. Bring it on if you niggas want some of me. Have y'all niggas feeling it like Jay-Z. No joke. Who you thought it be? Represent the NYC. Bring it on if you niggas want some of me. Bronze King like the LORD-FINE-SC. And that bullshit y'all do, y'all niggas don't stress me. Oh yeah, and you already know, either war what it is. Choke no joke, I ain't no joke. The mixtape, we here now.
Man, how did Reggie know? I am wrecking my brain. This nigga called his daddy. This nigga called his daddy and told him before this nigga even got to the hospital. What is going on, bro? What is going on? I don't get it, bro. Oh my God, I don't get it. Hi.
No joke out here in DR. My man Delvin, see him?
Yeah. In Dominican Republic.
All right.
Yeah.
We here. Yeah. Choke no joke. Primo, you ain't want to give me no beat, so I'm stealing one. Take it personal. You know you my guy, Primo, love you. You gonna give me a beat after this one. I never thought that you would cry me, go against me. and backstab. Third eye is strong, word is bond. Put you on the fakes and now you won. I gave you support and you blame me for those who play with butt. Yeah, I'm talking Breakfast Club, Revolt, whatever. All I know is birds of a feather. Hang with those that they hate. Once the realness, now you fake, and I see through you. What you gonna do when they book you in your Duke shoe? I know you think I'm expose you. This ain't no threat, take it personal. Choke no joke. 2023, it's all me. You hear me? 2023 is all me. They say, why I don't come around the game? Cause all y'all dudes undercover gay. And I don't play those fucking games. Yo, stop the track, I'm fucking Slay. Rest in peace, K Slay, man. Let's get to the next one. Check it out. Choke no joke. Learn from mistakes. DJ S&S the Great. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. Best day of my life, no sleep all night. Broke day for weeks, my cash was right. My capo tight, take our loot, unite. 23-hour shifts had us elude like Mike. Cash, lovely, yeah, Dougie. How could this day get so ugly? Wifey bout to pop like some bubbly. Yo, through those 9 months, don't really bug me. Felt like a star, cop first car. Get up with the guard, what it is, baby paw. Here about to cop a van, get up with our mans. Before we reached our low spot, toes blam. Unaware what happened, discussing and clapping. It wasn't loud, ain't shit gonna happen. Me being stupid instead of getting they moving. This nigga kept chefing like the woo one. Then we heard a knock, no one knew of this spot. 6 niggas in the spot, 6 niggas not. Ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. I'm in the precinct all damn even. This good cop, bad cop shit got me steaming. No, I was caught, I ain't give a fuck. Had jokes like the usual suspects line up. Book time's up, came back fuck. Shirt wrinkled up, my pigs roughed me up. Time's up, heard them clink of the cuffs. Niggas was so deep they had to call on the bus. Everybody that checks outside waiting on us like ghetto celebs. Our cells ain't plush. 5 in the book and gave a whooping. He never forget, they gotta be split. Up in the courtroom, they cause it ruckus. Everybody in the jacks waiting on us. Try to bail us out, that thought got thrown out. Bill one so high, I couldn't bear half a nigga out. Copped out, that's what first fell in the bow. Back on the bus, Rikers the row. Wifey in the courtroom crying out. We love y'all with tears running in their mouth. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. Choke no joke, learn from mistakes. Keep chasing that paper, you gonna catch a case. DJ S&S the Great. Good night, children. Y'all go get some sleep. Shout out to Said Fred in the building. 2020. Good night. What's that? Lee 8? Lay 8? I don't know. You over here with the Roman numerals. Y'all still going. All right. Well, look. Good night. I'll see y'all in the morning, man. Brother needs some rest. Make sure y'all subscribe. Choke no joke, you already know. For those who hit my phone, I will hit you back tomorrow. All right? Shout out to Miss Suge. I will hit you back tomorrow too, all right? You already know. Choke no joke. Holla back, Ronnie Stacks. You know what it is. Woo, woo.
I'm out, man. Peace.